Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to another little episode of Real Country with Jeff and Melanie. Been a while since our last video. Life has just got busy here around the farm. 2020, like everybody says, and with us too, it's just been the craziest year I've ever seen. We've had so much going on. The weather has changed, just like we live in the tropics instead of in Alabama. Can't do anything. Every time I try to plant or work in the garden, we have rain. This year I've tried a little experiment and trying to plant by the signs, and I tried a little bit of it last year, and so far it's holding the course. If the signs say let's plant, according to the old Farmer's Almanac, my puppy is telling on somebody. But if it says to plant, it's a perfect day to plant. Either we've got business we have to attend to and can't stay home, or, come here, Cutter. Mr. Cutter wants to come get on TV. Hey, Cutter. That's our little farm dog. We had thought we were getting us a squirrel dog, and he may turn out to be it for us over. But I think we got a little Heinz 57 buddy dog. But he's a mess. He's bossing the German Shepherds around in the yard, and he's playing in the mud this morning. All right, you gonna sit still? You gonna eat my beard? Okay. How about you sit right here? Let me talk for a minute. But anyway, if it says it's a killing sign according to the Farmer's Almanac and don't plant, it's a beautiful day all day long. If it's the perfect day to plant, whether it's above ground or below ground, we either got torrential rain or we got business and people coming and going around here at the house and can't get a chance to plant. But so far, everything I've planted in my garden has been by the signs of the Farmer's Almanac and phases of the moon. And I got to thinking the other day, kind of what's going on this year is what happened last year. I had a lot of plants started, and I tried to plant them in the ground, but because of the signs, I couldn't get things done. So a lot of stuff died last year. A lot of things didn't get planted. So I'm fixing to do an experiment with any kind of scientific test, or even a good old boy like me just trying to figure things out. You kind of need a test group or a control group. That way you know if it's working or it's not. And I've been watching a lot of other people's videos on YouTube, and a lot of these people all over the world, they grow commercially. And I've never seen any of them mention anything about planting with signs. And I'm not a commercial grower. I do for the table in the backyard, and I would like to be able to take some to the farmers markets if they ever open up and if I ever get to where I can go again. But I got to thinking, the best way to see if planting by the signs is really going to work is I've planted some by the signs. Now let's plant some regardless of the signs, and that way we got something to test. See if it's right, see if it's wrong. Do a comparison. So the next purdy day, I'm going to finish my planting for my garden, as much of it as I can. And now today, it's raining. 50% chance of showers, ground soaked. But I'm going to go ahead today, and I've got a bunch of cherry tomatoes in the back, which this will be on another video, that are about probably 6 to 8 inches tall. Been needing to put them in the ground. But I haven't had a chance according to the signs and real life and everything that goes with it. So if it ain't flooding after lunchtime, I'm going to get out there and get on my hands and knees and get muddy. And these will be just transplanting them in the ground, setting up the tomato cages and things like that. I'm going to try to put some of them in the ground. I have got some peat pots that I'm going to soak in the water and plant me some other tomatoes and plants and peppers in them, and just go ahead and start them today, because it'll be a week or so before they can go in the ground if everything comes right. But just thought I'd mention that right now. We've got a rainy morning today. Like I said, it's been misting off and on, and I've had some things around the house we got to do. Uh, but that'll come up in the next video, the actual showing you all that. Just thought I'd go ahead and talk it out, because how else we gonna know if it really works or if it really don't? Which one does better? Which one dies? Which one don't produce? Which one goes all to vine and don't make any fruit? If we don't have something to compare by. So I may be wasting some time. I may be wasting some seed, but this year's been so crazy, I ain't really expecting to do a whole lot anyway. Uh, Another little update I was going to tell you about, or some changes that's going on. Uh, Life is always about change. Uh, and I've noticed it's funny how the world and life can change. Used to, when I was a boy here in Alabama, we had 4 seasons. We had a true spring, a hot summer, a true fall, and then a good cold winter. Well, for years now, we really haven't had much of a spring or much of a fall. It's like we go from a few weeks of winter to instant summer, hot and muggy and everything. Well, this year, especially this year, it's just nonstop rain and muggy. Forecast this week is 50, 40, 70% chance of rain the whole week till Sunday. And it's just hard to do anything. I've noticed this year that even the insects are going through changes. I have heard people talking about the 17-year cicadas are coming out. I'm just starting to hear a few of them. But we have had bad mosquito crop this year. We have had the worst tick crop I have ever seen in my life. There was one day I was just piddling in the backyard. I really wasn't around no jungle of woods like I was going to the hunting property or in there trying to build deer stands or anything. Fairly clear property, and I had 7 of them get on me. Thank goodness I caught them time they got on me, so I didn't have a problem with it. But I ain't never had that many in one day, especially if I wasn't in the woods. Roaches. We have never, ever had a problem with roaches in our home. When we do get one, it's one of those old tree climbing Alabama flying ones it'll fly in the door when you go outside at night and you won't even realize he's in the house till you see him. Well, we've always had 1 or 2 of those during the summertime, once a month, maybe. That's not really what I call a roach problem. That's just something living out in the country that'll happen. But it's getting to where those things, I don't know if it's the rain, the humidity, the mugginess, but those things, it's getting more and more every day we're having. And the insects they're taking over. I noticed outside we have a large population of lizards popping up. We've always had chameleons. We've always had them old fence lizards that I call little horny toad lizards. They're not really horny toads, but the little old scaly looking small fence lizards, what it is. We have the blue-tail running skink and the redhead running skink. Those you don't see a whole lot. This year I'm seeing them everywhere. If I go outside and see one lizard, I'll see 5 or 6 every time I go out. So definitely we're going through a climate change. I mean, we joked that we've moved to the tropics. That's all we can figure. The grass really ain't growing, but the weeds are. And so it's making you cut a little bit more grass without cutting grass. I need to get out there and start cutting firewood for this coming fall, but it's so wet it's hard to cut wood. But that's just the physical outdoor changes we're going through. And people and life changes. I know when I was a kid, you'd go to school with kids, and you didn't think nothing about it. Everybody's different. But as you grow older, you learn. Life is constant change. Sometimes it's just the way you live. It's your surroundings. It's your way of life. But I know when you're little, some kids wish they were tall, and they may be short. Some may be skinny and wish they were bigger. Big, wish they were skinny. Pretty, wishes they would stay pretty. And homely, that wishes they were pretty. Then you get older and see some of these people as they're adults, and guess what? you changed. And it's hard to realize you're getting older. I know I personally still think and act like I did when I was in high school, do everything basically the same. But the world is changing. And in the last few weeks, you know, we've had some people that have passed on. Uh, had a family member passed away. Uh, then we had a neighbor lady that passed away. And, you know, they both had long lives, and it's sad to lose anybody. But it's just amazing to watch how people live their lives and how things change. And before you realize it, you know, you're getting older. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, when you're young, if you're not happy with something, you can work on it, you know. Like one of the comedians says, you can have 20/20 vision, you can change the shape of your body, you can improve your hearing, you can change your hair color. But like the comedian says, you can't fix stupid. Well, and that's the thing about, you know, the other folks. You can improve on yourself. If you don't like something, you can change. You can work toward a goal. Some people do, some people don't. And like I said, it's things we need to think about because the world's changing, time's changing every day. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, you know, be nice to everybody. If you're going to make a change, try to make it for the better. And hey, if you can't just work out stuff with folks, don't fuss, don't fight, just let it be. And hopefully, everything will get better. But I reckon me and Mr. Cutter better get off. I was going to show you just a couple of things real quick. If you see over my shoulder here, we got us some little begonias we're going to set out and try to get them in a flower pot or a hanging basket. Try to make the yard a little bit prettier if the dogs won't tear it up. And, uh-oh, I've been out here working. We've got so many quail eggs now. Uh-oh, don't mess with that. Don't mess with that, Cutter. Hold. That I've been hearing you can take the eggshells and crush them up, warm them up, and that's what I've been doing right here. Let's see if I can turn that. That is quail, I'm about to spill them. Quail eggshells that after we ate the good old eggs, I've made me a homemade uli knife out of a bent can lid. And you sit there, all right, Cutter, you're going to have to go play. There we go. Go play, buddy. But take the little can lid and make it into a little chopper and crush them as fine as you can. And when you get them pretty good, put them in your oven or put them in the microwave for 20-30 seconds. Help dry them out and then chop them up. Save you up an old jar full. They claim you can add this into your tomato plants. Like I use a, compost tea solution to drain. Well, you can add this to it and it puts calcium in the ground. Some people will actually mix this in back to, say, a chicken feed to help them with calcium, where they can help and produce better eggshell quality for their eggs. As long as you chop it up, it shouldn't turn the chicken into an egg cannibal and start pecking its own eggs before you can get to them. But there's all kind of little uses for this calcium. Like I said, you can go by and just sprinkle it on the ground around your tomato plants and pepper plants, and hey, it can't hurt. Little calcium goes a long way, and you're going to throw them away anyway if you just chop them up real fine. And then just save you till you get a jar full and go out there and sprinkle them in the ground. And then this morning we were walking around our fence line up at the front of the road, and I got some briar bushes growing. I'm kind of letting them fill in my front fence, give us a little homemade privacy wall. And we got blackberries. And I'm hoping either tonight or tomorrow we may go to the store and get us a little pectin and make us a little blackberry jelly. Got some more growing wild behind the garden back toward the woods. And it's time. And a good old blackberry is good. A little preserved, a little jelly. Make you want some more biscuits and syrup. But folks, sorry we've been running so late trying to get a little video out. Like I said, we've had doctor's appointments. We've had to run all over doing some shopping, trying to just get the things because of the pandemic. You can't run to the local store and get. Of all the things I thought I'd be hunting around for, light bread and toilet paper and paper towels ain't one of them. But hopefully, as time goes by, things are opening back up. Hopefully things will get better. And if we can ever get some truly, pretty bright days, I hope to have a lot more things going on around the garden. And we, sometime today, hopefully I'll include that in the next little video. I'm pulling my baby bunnies away from mama. It's time to wean them. I've got to build me a chicken tractor for my baby chicks. We got them little 10 production reds. They're getting up pretty. We'll try to show them. They're probably about that tall now. And we got to get them out and put them in the tractors. They're going to be like semi-free range. We're going to have them where they can peck the ground and eat some bugs and, help fertilize the yard and give them more room. And, oh, by the way, I want to thank everybody that subscribed to our channel. Like I said, we're still Mickey Mouse. We're growing. I'm learning. And I know here lately we really hadn't done a whole lot, but thank y'all for watching. We've picked up 1 or 2 subscribers about every week, and it tickles us to death. We hope we can get a bunch more. So if you like what you see, please tell your friends and give a poor old country boy a chance. We've got big plans what we want to do. It's just with everything going on. This year's been a bad year, and like I said earlier, a year of changes. But stick around. We hope it'll get better. We got one video, our first video, that just broke 1,000 views. So yay, team. And hopefully the rest of them start snowballing. And as time goes on, maybe we'll be able to do a lot more exciting stuff where you want to watch and you want to subscribe. But we sure do appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully, if you see something you like, hit the like button. If you see something, hopefully we're not making nobody mad. We're not trying to. And like I said when we first started this, we basing this channel on what real country people do and what the poor man does, not what somebody, anybody can write a check and go. If you want to go hunting, you can go to a big fancy lodge and pay to hunt. You can go to a fancy place and fish. When we go do stuff, it's real. And then same thing with our gardening. And if you see us, training our dogs or playing with the bunny rabbits or playing with the chickens, we're doing the best we can with what we got. And this is a farm, so you're going to see us gather eggs to eat. We're going to have our chickens for chickens to eat and eggs and for the farm. Our rabbits are for, for meat. They're cute. We're going to take the best care of them we can. But this is a working farm, so please don't get mad with us. Now, we're not going to try to show any kind of butchering. There's plenty of people out there that do. When they butcher a rabbit, they butcher a chicken. We're not going to do that. Everybody knows that. You can see it all over the place. But we'll talk about, we might show you the finished product, but we'll do the best we can. Hopefully we won't make nobody mad, because that's the last thing we want to do. But thank y'all for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. And the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all later. Thank y'all.